podcast series, The Miseducation of Humanity, presented to you by the Best Counsel podcast by Reverend Cornelius Brown. Mr. Brown, I'm excited about the potential of where this conversation is going to go because I'm intrigued about the miseducation. You said the what of the miseducation portion. What are we miseducated about? But for me, and I think for other people, a lot of times the question is why? Why are we miseducated? Do we want to be? Is it something that happens? So I think this is an opportunity for you to explain the why, and then people can get some more clarity. So I present the question to you, why is humanity miseducated?
Well, Lewis, when I say we are miseducated, in particular in the introduction, I mentioned we are miseducated about God and life and death. And we're miseducated because when death happens, it is not an end, as I now understand, and how most of us understand, but I now understand it's a transition. See, when death happens, and it is one of the reasons we are miseducated about death, is that we have been taught to fear death. And when I say fear death, don't let me not make you aware that there's a need for fear in our life's journey. But I'll use this illustration, fire. Fire can cook our food, it can warm our homes, it can dry our clothes. But that same fire can also destroy your home and kill everyone in it. Fire has a useful purpose when it's used in the proper way. Also, fear has a useful purpose. If you are being attacked by an animal or by some force and you're not able to protect yourself, then fear allows you to flee. And that's a good thing. You need to take in, fear is, as far useful in its proper ways. But the miseducation of humanity is rooted in the fact that fear has been used in such a way about death, and part of that reason that fear is able to be used and it's harming us, it's creating sickness, it's creating mental illness. It's because we fear death so much because we are flawed as human beings. And one of the greatest flaws we have is we believe we need to control everything. And that control leads to the fear of death because when death occurs, we lose control.
Absolutely.
Because we've been told that at death there is eternal life. But we question that. We doubt that because we have no control. But one of the most exciting things about this podcast and this opportunity to communicate with my brothers and sisters, no matter your race, creed, or religion, is I'm here to share with you that I believe I've been purposed to reveal what God has shared with me, not through just religion, but science, that eternal life is real. And let me say this for those who haven't understood that science and religion are not in conflict. One of the most enlightening things I read many years ago in a sermon that Martin Luther King Jr. wrote, he pointed out that science and religion are not in conflict. Extreme persons on both sides are. But when you sit back, and I hope learn through this podcast series, they are not in conflict. And even I celebrate that Christ told us of eternal life, but science turned around and showed us there is eternal life.
So as we close, I would say, or ask you, are there any specific things that you would want a person to kind of prep their mind for as far as questions or just for thinking to prepare for the next episode that we'll do?
I would take in as persons, and that people would be open to prepare to hear how the gift of eternal life, which Jesus Christ told us and taught us in the Christian faith, is not only real, but that Einstein joined the party. Take care.